Hey Smashers, welcome to the afternoon edition of the Daily Smash for Friday, January 6, 2023. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
We're doing this show again because of breaking news involving Jen Shah from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was sentenced today for 6.5 years in prison for fraud.
Wow. Can you explain to me exactly what she did?
Yeah, I'm going to read the article from the New York Post.
Okay.
Disgraced Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah was sentenced Friday to 6.5 years in prison for heading a years-long telemarketing scam that targeted elderly Americans. Before sentencing, Shah pleaded for forgiveness from U.S. District Judge Sidney Stein in a tearful address in Manhattan federal court. My actions have hurt innocent people. I want to apologize to all of the victims and their families, she said, vowing to pay back all the money she swindled from her victims. The shamed reality star told the judge she had gone against the core values of her upbringing and broke down in tears while apologizing to her family and friends. I wish I had done better. I wish I could have stood outside myself and seen the harm I was causing and changed course, she said. It's amazing how people are so apologetic when they're about to be sentenced to prison.
Yeah.
But she said she didn't do anything wrong, and she was claiming she wasn't going to have to go to prison for all this time leading up to sentencing.
Wow. I don't think that's enough time. I think they should give her...
Prosecutors were asking for 10 years.
Yeah, I think she should have 10 years.
Friends, family, and fans packed...
elderly people? I think that's a horrendous crime.
Friends, family, and fans packed the 23rd floor courtroom for the hearing, including her mother, sons, and husband, the University of Utah assistant football coach, Sharif Shah. But Judge Stein chided Shah before formally imposing the sentence, telling her that despite the restitution she'll pay her victims, they'll never actually be fully reimbursed. There's no real way of being made whole again. They can't really be made whole emotionally. Their lives have been turned upside down, the judge said.
So she's kind of like a Bernie Madoff kind.
Well, I haven't gotten to that yet. It's a little confusing what she actually did, but that's in here. These are older, vulnerable people whose lives were turned upside down by the defendant's telemarketing scam, and they'll still suffer, the assistant U.S. attorney said. He added Shah was not a minor player in a scheme that spanned nearly a decade. She's at the top. She ran her own floor and trained and hired people here in Manhattan for years. Let's see, what the next pertinent part. At her plea hearing, Shah told Stein she knew the services being offered were basically worthless. From 2012 to 2021 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, I agreed with others to commit wire fraud, she said. I did this by knowingly providing customer names to people who were marketing business services that had little or no value.
Wow.
At the defendant's direction, victims were defrauded over and over again until they had nothing left. She and her co-conspirators persisted in their conduct until the victims' bank accounts were empty, their credit cards were at their limits, and there was nothing more to take, prosecutors wrote in their sentencing submission. Shah's defense lawyers proposed in their own sentencing she should serve 3 years.
That's why I don't watch that show. I don't want to watch this crook. Why would I want to see this? Why would I want to watch? I tried to watch it the other night.
Yeah.
It was on. It was on my TV. Bravo was on.
Right.
And I was folding clothes like I told you guys a couple of days ago. And it's the same thing. And I'm like, why would I want to watch this crook? Why? You know, again, I don't understand. I just don't understand how they find these people.
It's so obnoxious to me that she would go on a reality show while she was committing fraud against elderly people, running a scheme she knew was stealing money from people and celebrating the wealth that provided her, celebrating the clothes and the bags and the jewelry
and the houses and the cars.
Like she's some big deal.
Yeah.
Wanting to be famous and clinging to that fame until the very end, acting like she was all that. Oh, yeah. And that, I mean, it's so...
Going to BravoCon. How could you show your face and be like celebrating? And when you're a freaking crook and doing these things against elderly people and you're going to BravoCon, well, isn't that a fitting name?
There's one more update here. Shah must report to prison by 2 p.m. February 17th. She had faced a possible maximum of 30 years, but she got 6.5. So I think based on federal guidelines, she has to do at least, I think, 80%.
I was talking to my friend Emily Liebert,
yeah.
and she wrote all of Teresa Giudice's books, Margaret Joseph, Mauricio's, all their books. I just spoke to her today because I was asking her, because I went to her Barnes & Noble's book thing here, and I called her and I called Chef Stu and asked them, like, how do we go about doing book signings for Rick? And so we were talking about the Jen Shah thing, and she said, I know Teresa very well, and I know she had no knowledge of, she went to prison.
Yeah.
And she didn't even, like,
she didn't know.
She wasn't aware, just like Jen Shah's husband, right? How come he's not getting blamed?
Well,
that's what I don't understand.
Someone showed some text messages that suggested that he may have known something about what was going on. I didn't read those messages. I haven't read a lot about this case.
I'm sorry, but if I was scamming people, you damn well would know about it.
Oh, 100%.
Okay?
I would know.
Of course.
I mean, but we're intricately involved in each other's lives. I don't know if she shielded him from it, but it's hard to believe that he wouldn't have had some knowledge of what she was doing.
So then she was saying that she's friends with Chrisley's daughter, the one that was estranged from him. And she said that he's going away for a long time.
I think 12 years.
Yeah. And she also said that when they say people think of prison, like these white collar crimes like this, they think of it being like kind of like a country club. She's like, prison is prison. It's disgusting food. She was saying how it's not a country club.
I think
prison.
some of them are pretty okay, but you still lose your freedoms.
Well,
you still lose your quality of life.
Locked up. The food isn't good. You can't go on vacation.
Right.
You're still locked up.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think I could even do house arrest. I would go nuts.
It would be difficult, but fortunately, we're not committing fraud, so it's not or any other crimes.
No.
We have one other piece of housewife news that we talked about this morning. That was Lisa Rinna leaving the cast of Beverly Hills. According to Bravo and Rinna, it was a mutual decision, which you had a hard time believing. We got an interesting comment from a viewer that you shared with me. Don't stop that. That's our.
I know. I'm going to put it right here.
Okay. I'm wondering. There we go. It says, I'm wondering if the Bravo investigators did find, this is from Omi Tina, 715. I'm wondering if the Bravo investigators did find that Rinna was behind the bots. It had been said that if it was a cast member, then that employee would be fired. Just wondering. Also, Garcelle made the sometimes you need to tell someone to F off or F you. Was that what Garcelle was talking about? Again, it's just a guess. She's suggesting that Rinna may have been behind the bots that went after Garcelle and her kids?
I think that that Bronwyn and her husband had a bunch of bots after me. They were ready, willing, and able to get me fired. And I mean, crazy, but there's a lot of crazy sheeple out there. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cuckoo birds.
If it wasn't them, it was somebody. There was somebody who spent some money to hire people to come after you. I'm convinced of that.
Right.
You mentioned my book. I want to give it a quick pitch. It's Chasing Catastrophe. It hits bookshelves on the 24th of this month, 24th of January, which happens to be my birthday. But it's available for pre-order now on Amazon.com. You can get this book, and you can also order the audio version of this book, which I read.
I know, and I love his voice, and it makes you. When he talks to me, it's like this.
Oh.
That's why I love being married to you, honey.
Oh, babe.
It's your voice.
Well, I'm just going to keep talking then.
Yeah.
We also want to welcome Comisario Tequila Comisario, to the Daily Smash family.
Someone wrote from this morning that I said that this is better than the El Cristiano.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way. No, what I said was it was completely a different.
You said it was a different. I mean, obviously it is different.
I just said it was different.
You can like more than one tequila.
But I didn't say that this one's better than the last. No,
Right.
no. It's just different. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be a part of this. And it's amazing, and it's won awards, and I want to be on a winning team.
We are on a winning
See,
team.
I'm with him. That's why I married him.
Comisario is a World Spirits Competition winner. Each variety won double gold medals. It is made from the finest blue agave from the Jalisco Highlands. This stuff is the real deal, and you can learn more about it and order some for yourself on their tequilacomisario.com website. We're very proud to have Comisario on our table, and we can't wait to drink more of it.
Yeah,
and share it with you every Friday.
I just want to give a shout out to my friend Jules Izzo. Like, she has a charity called I Don't Give a Duck, and you can follow her on Instagram. And she always just is so nice and sweet, and she always gives me these little tchotchkes. And she works at Ramey Brook up in not Boca, but over there in Palm Beach. So I just want to say thank you so much for the gifts and the Chanel and the Ramey Brook and all the stuff that you do for me. So thank you so much.
Thank you. One other item, the reel of the day is the Phantom Spider video that you shared with me.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. Watch this.
English investor. I will have more.
All right, you want to film our candy video now?
Sure.
Huh?
So that spider thing is pretty funny.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I don't think the death one was that funny. The one that Jolie did. Everyone was like,
the what one?
the death one, where Julie's like, "Oh my God, Andy Cohen died."
Yeah.
That
and
one?
people react. I thought that was pretty funny.
That Andy Cohen was gonna be dead.
I didn't know that there was one about him.
Oh yeah, there was one about Andy Cohen. He didn't like it. Andy Cohen did not like
He
that one.
didn't like it?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think it's funny.
No, I guess it's not, especially if it's you. I did want to share this with our viewers. This is actually the third time we've opened this box, because we've done this show twice now, and we're doing it again for the Jen Shah News. But this is the International Snacks box. The company sent us one from, where was the first one? Japan, I think?
No, England.
The first one was from
Yeah,
England?
because I love the English chocolates.
So this one, you can order this
British
from trytreats.com, and they'll send you a different box every month. It's a great gift idea to send this to somebody. And they send it, and you open it up, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. And why don't you show them
All
the
kinds of snacks.
Yeah.
So, you know how you're always wondering what kind of gifts should I give somebody, for a thank you. This is a great gift for
Yeah, why don't you-
for a thank you. So
has all
everybody
kinds of
likes goodies. I mean, there's a bunch of chips and chocolates. We ate a lot of them from all around the world. So
They got Jell-O shots in here.
yeah, they have these. These are from England. They got some stuff from Mexico. They got some stuff from Malaysia.
So if you go
all
to
kinds of good stuff.
if you go to trytreats.com and use our discount code The Rick and Kelly Show, you'll get 15% off your first order. You can learn more about it at trytreats.com. They also have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page. Each one is facebook.com/trytreats, Instagram.com/trytreats, and Twitter.com/trytreats. It's a cool
It's a
thing.
cool concept, and it's so cute. The box is cute. It's cute. I honestly, I'm always thinking about how to give, like, thank you treats or boxes or little gifts, or to our college students that are away. It's a cute little gift to give them, But it reminds me of when I was a kid. There used to be a TV show when I was little called Wallace and Ladmo, and it was like a paper bag. You put your lunch in when you're a kid, and it was filled with goodies. And every single morning, I would watch the Wallace and Lammo, and my mom would buy me a postcard and mail it in, and then they would have these wheels that they would turn around, and they would pull
Like
out
a
the
drum?
Yeah,
They turn the
and
drum?
they pull out the postcard, and they would read your name, and then they would give you the Ladmo bag.
Did they ever read your name?
No, they never read my name, but my cousin Gina and I would make up our Ladmo bags, and we would put Ladmo bags on there, and then we would put treats and stuff in it, and we would give it to each other and go, "Look, we finally got a Ladmo bag."
It's a sad
That
story,
reminds
but
me of the Ladmo bag.
there's your happy ending.
So if you're
right
from
there.
Arizona, you guys will remember what I'm talking about.
In the news now.
In the news.
I'm sure many of you watched Monday Night Football like we did. We were in Cabo, and we saw that player, DeMar Hamlin, get hurt, almost die on the field. Well, he's awake, showing remarkable improvement, as you may have heard. He's talking. He's sending videos to his friends and family. And now they're crediting Bills trainer Denny Kellington with potentially saving the guy's life, because this guy ran out onto the field, and he gave CPR and chest compressions to get the heart beating again. His heart had stopped on the field.
Wow.
And this guy went out there, got it going. They got the player in the ambulance and took him to the hospital. And I mean, he was on an intubator for, I mean, he couldn't breathe on his own. I mean, but now he is.
Wow.
It's like a miracle. The guy's apparently coming back.
God. But isn't it funny how people are having heart attacks and people's hearts are stopping more and more and more now than ever?
There are a lot of
Isn't that
stories.
strange?
I have some statistics that were just sent to me about athletes suddenly dying of heart attacks over the last year. The numbers are staggering, and before we do a show on it, I want to confirm the numbers, and I want to talk to a couple people to see if we can gather any more information about it. And we're gonna do that next week.
Let's do that on Patreon because we can't talk about that here.
Yeah, so if you want to check out our Patreon show, the Rick Kelly Show on Patreon, it's longer, unfiltered, uncensored, and commercial free, and we talk about a lot of stuff that we have to be careful of here on YouTube.
Because there's censorship now,
And
unfortunately.
Yeah, and we share personal videos and some cool stuff that you won't find here on the Smash. We love our Smash, and we hope you'll subscribe here as well. But for $5 a month on Patreon, you can get a lot more from us once a week, about an hour-long show, and it's very entertaining. And we've had, I think, over 40 new patrons now sign up in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we want to keep that going. So thank you for that, and thank you for subscribing here.
Thank you so much.
We hope you have a smash-tastic weekend.
Yes. You guys, thank you so much. Have a smash-tastic weekend and have some treats.